Hey, so Dolly again, and today's episode will be shot at Pamela Mageto's home. She's a churchmate. I go to her. I go with her to church at Creator SD Church in Nakuru, and I'd like her to give a brief of, to just give a brief introduction of herself and who she cares for, and then we'll just get right into it.
Okay, well, my name's Asaid, Pamela Uside Imbwaga Mageto. I'm 53 years old. They say age is just a number, so I'm not that old.
No, you're not.
53. I'm a pharmaceutical technologist by profession, and I run a business going by the name Masaba Chemist Limited. Yeah. Married to Mr. Mageto, Ernest, and have 2 children, Vincent Mokaya and Barbara Mogoto. Yeah, that's about my children, that's about my family. I live here in Kiamunyi, serene environment within Nakuru County, in Kenya. My work as a caregiver came unexpectedly. And I didn't even know about the word caregiver until one time when I had to escort my husband to hospital, and I was being called a caregiver. That's when I knew that I'm a caregiver. And yeah, we embrace it with wholeheartedly. My journey as a caregiver started a long time ago. I didn't know I was a caregiver until somebody actually mentioned it. It has started slowly. It has been slowly. It's not something that started suddenly. Because my husband has been diagnosed by different doctors giving different opinions. But the fact is that he is losing his balance slowly by slowly, such that he can't walk or stand unless he's supported. He has also lost speech. He doesn't speak much. He speaks 1-2 words. Then, because of that difficulty in speaking, so he stops communication. So my work as a caregiver has been, it's a challenge, I should say. I like doing the work. I enjoy it sometimes. And I realize that I enjoy the work because every day I have to ask God to give me fresh grace for that particular day. And I start my work early in the morning because I have to ensure that he has taken a shower or a bath. He has dressed and then have his breakfast. So that is my first duty that I do in the morning. And then since I'm a business person and I carry so many titles, we have to go to our business. So we have to have breakfast, then I also prepare lunch, and then we go. So now, after he has showered, he's ready. I have to get somebody to bring him to the table, to assist me bring him to the table. Then make sure he has eaten, he has taken his medication. Then off we go to town. Our business starts early in the morning. Well, at town, I also have somebody. The guy I work with actually doubles as my assistant caregiver. So he brings him in, and there he goes. So I wouldn't. It's a challenging thing. It's not for the faint-hearted, because you have to leave all that you used to do. And because this person needs care each and every day, especially if he's a family member and you're supposed to take care of the family member. Unlike where you've hired somebody who will come maybe on duty and go, I'm permanently on duty. And it is a challenge. So every day I wake up, I tell God, give me the grace for today only. So when the day is over, I say thank you, Lord, because I was able to go through. And then another day like that. So that's why when I'm energetic, it's because I'm given strength for that particular day. It is around the clock care, so you can't really move far. I try to go out maybe a little bit, but my mind is always How is he? How is being taken care of? Well, what I want to say.
Okay, just before you go to the advice, how would you say is your experience being a caregiver and a mother as well? Like, how would you talk about those two things?
Well, it's not easy to balance. In fact, it's not easy to balance being a mother, being a caregiver, being in business, and being myself. But I try as much as possible to give the little that I can, especially to the children. Sometimes it's you end up not giving them the best, not giving them enough attention that they would want to have. But I just pray that actually they understand. But as much as possible, I try to involve them in their caregiving. And it feels good because at least you're sure they are going to assist you. About now that they are almost big, by Vincent being mid-20s onwards, he's almost independent. So it's not as bad as if there were smaller children. My daughter Barbara, who is in the middle of teenage, is the one that sometimes I get worried about because I'm too involved and I may not actually notice maybe the challenges that she could be having. And I just pray that she forgives me because I trust that she understands. But then she's a good caregiver too. She's the one who will always make sure that, oh, daddy has eaten, daddy has done this, and she reports each and every tiny detail that happens. She makes it hilarious. She reports that, like this Sunday, was saying that I went to call daddy and he was sleeping. So and then the other time they had an experience. He was telling me that he had taken her to school, so he was in the car. So the experience she had was that somebody who was driving knocked our door, our car, and she was telling me, Daddy was trying to open and I think he was even going to walk. So the way she puts it is very hilarious.
Yeah.
So it is not easy to balance, giving attention to the children, giving attention to the work and giving. So sometimes you find you are in the middle, so you end up actually not doing much. So you end up losing quite a bit. I would say I appreciate the support we get from family members. There are those who come visiting. There are those who will support us maybe financially, because otherwise you realize that when you are a caregiver, you can't do much. You can't be so much an entrepreneur at the same time. This is like a full-time job. Caregiving is a full-time job. So you find you've trained yourself so much that you can't perform so well in other activities. But I do try. I do what I can, and I leave the rest to God.
Indeed.
So it's a challenge in that, as a woman, I'm a typical lawyer woman who expected to be taken care of. And of course, the man is supposed to be running the home and maybe me just doing the food and utensils and what have you. But it becomes a very big challenge as a typical lawyer woman when you have to, take all the responsibilities, look for fees for children, make sure they're eaten, all the time, make sure electricity is paid, you have water, the home is kept, there are repairs in the house to be done. So it actually sometimes it drains you financially, emotionally, and even psychologically. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And just like a few of the highlights that I've just drawn is you're the breadwinner of the home, you are the man of the home at some point, some tasks that are expected from you. And honestly, I really am inspired by the fact that you say every day there's grace and there's strength from God to just move a day at a time, and that's really inspiring. So just before we even started at least this episode, you mentioned that caregivers suffer in silence, and I really liked that specific statement that we suffer in silence and we never get to even share our voice or concerns with others. So what one piece of advice would you like to share to any other caregivers who are mothers out there, or who will also step into this caregiver role at one point in their life? What is the one piece of advice that you'd like to share with them? Maybe we could end with it. Yeah.
I would say it would be good to try and even speak out to one person. You may be suffering in silence, but there's also always that one person or friend who will come in and, it's like they feel what you're feeling and they actually come in and they assist you with tips on the things that you can do to lessen the burden of being a caregiver. So what I would say is that it's good. It's good for those who have experience to talk to those who are going through and share. You pick one or two things and actually it assists in one way or another. It can lessen the burden. It can make the caregiving to be an enjoyable experience. And also maybe what I would say is that you need volunteers who can step in 1 day or 2 days.
For sure.
And say that today let me just leave you for today and you go here, do your own things. Real volunteers. What else do I need to say?
Yeah, I totally agree with your last point. And I remember in one of my therapy sessions, of course I went for therapy. I remember one of the ideas that my therapist said is, in one of the countries she visited, that they had a volunteer program where people would even take care of caregivers at the hospital, do shopping for them, or prepare food for their loved one, and just relieve you for a day. So I totally understand when you just need even a break for a day, especially for you who, like, you never get a break from your 24-hour role as a caregiver. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Thank you for participating. Thank you so much. Thank you.